the emotions and the challenges that come with a person being gone for a period of time are similar to an experience that they might have with the death of somebody that they know. And so we've kind of learned a lot about how they perceive it from when they have somebody around them die. We've had others that we've worked with where the person then insisted that all the pictures of their grandmother were taken out of the house because in his mind, she's gone, why would you want a picture of them? Which then taught us, of course, that he assumed that all the pictures in the walls of his house were there because he saw the people on a more consistent basis. So that's a pretty interesting response to death. There was a young woman who had significant autism, nonverbal. She lived in a residence with a lot of support people. Her father was killed in the 9/11 terrorist attacks. And her mother felt that attending a major funeral was going to be too much for her, but they did a small memorial, and her mom, with pictures, tried to tell her what had happened to her father. And about 5-6 weeks later, the staff who was supporting her daughter called and said, we're really having some problem behaviors, you know, we got to talk about this and blah, blah, blah. When they had their meeting, the staff said, well, one of the things that's really a problem is that she's taking all of the videotapes out of their boxes and she just keeps stacking them constantly. And I was like, well, she's never had that repetitive behavior before. This is kind of odd. And when they went into the room and saw, the girl was stacking the videotapes in 2 towers. So clearly for her, she was grieving, trying to cope with the loss, but her behavior for other people would never get connected to that until somebody else started to say, okay, you're going to grieve. I've done consultations where, again, major challenging behaviors have escalated from aggression, biting, all kinds of things. And when we dig really deep, we find that, boy, just 2 weeks ahead of that, one of the people that the man lived with died. And when I asked the staff, so does he go to the wake? How have you talked to him about this person now being gone? They said, well, oh no, they don't think he gets that. I wanted to go, well, clearly he does, because there's some really challenging behavior going on here. And so when we wrote a story and used some pictures to help him say that his friend was happy but would not be back, the behaviors went away. So when we talk about separating, it really comes back to you can't not address it, and you really can't assume that they don't understand.